Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to Game 2 of a best of 3 between the Dotp.Tryhards and the Dotp.Devils. I've opted to call it the Dotpbowl. I'm sure there's a better word for it somewhere, but I do not care enough to find it. Game 1 went to the Tryhards, pretty decisively. They took, 3 Raxes before whatever it was, like 26 minutes. I'm confident the Devils can bring it back, though. I think they got caught out a little draft-wise, and it just did not pan out. They had a well-timed Radiance on Spectre, but they did not have the team fight to back it up. I feel like the Necro mid did not pay off as they wanted it to. And, but game 1 is game 1, and this is game 2. So we see similar bans to last game. Ban 1 from the Tryhards is Darkseer. Ban 1 from the Devils, rather, is going to be Doombringer. First phase anti-mage ban from the Tryhards. That is odd. Generally, anti-mage is not a first pick kind of hero. And they banned it second phase last time. A Viper ban coming out first phase in Devils. Viper was the hero that really gave the Devils a lot of problems, so that is a very, very understandable ban. Also, banning Viper opens you up to being able to pick TA, which is always a good time. I love me some TA. Unfortunately, I don't think either of these teams really play Invoker, so if they were, though, I would be a very biased caster. Even more biased than apparently some people think I am. Shout out to Hada. Alright, Winter Wyvern, first pick coming out from the Tryhards. The last game, Winter Wyvern was banned first phase, and for good reason. Winter Wyvern is quite the hero. The pretty little ice dragon does way too many things way too well. Let's put it that way. Her ult is basically a long-range black hole that does damage to a guy. Her Q is one of the best lane dominators. And W, great wave clear. E, tons of healing. Lots and lots of potential on that hero. I'm a big fan. She's a great solo Q support, for the record. Earthshaker coming out from the Devils. Earthshaker, very strong hero. We saw it last game. We'll see it this game. Fissure, it allows for a lot of pressure on the mid lane. It's a really good way to win your mid if you are at a disadvantaged matchup or a neutral matchup. And Earthshaker also gives you the possibility, as a first pick, you can offlane it or you can support it. So, support slash roam it. So it does not give away much in your draft. Windranger picked. That will be, I assume, the Kairai mid hero. Although it's possible that Dreadbeats will offlane it. I know he plays Windranger quite a bit. Windranger, one of the top heroes this patch. Everybody sees tons of her. I'm not sure if she's currently above Pudge as the #1 played hero, but I know she was at some point. That said, Winter Wyvern, quite good against Windranger. Windranger focus fires your friend. You just cast some Cold Embrace on him. Is that what it's called? I think it says what's called. Yep. You Cold Embrace them, and they are Gucci. Lycan, also coming from the Tryhards, a Wazoo special. This is his hero through and through. And last game we saw it banned the first phase, and for good reason. Lycan is not a hero that's particularly popular in this meta, but that said, Lycan is quite strong. And especially, when you play hundreds of games of a hero, naturally you become good with it, even if it's not the best hero in the patch. So that'll be fun to see. Lycan naturally does pretty heavy push builds, where an Earthshaker is quite good against that. Earthshaker, I think, in general is good against Lycan if he gets the right fissures. Windranger as well. Any stuns against Lycan are going to be pretty annoying. Granted, he is a pretty natural BKB carrier stats-wise, but that said, naturally you get BKB like second item, maybe even third. So yeah, bans coming out. Dazzle banned from the Devils. They don't want to deal with the healing. Gyrocopter and PL banned out from the Tryhards. Two carries that do quite well against Lycan. Lycan really, he does no AoE damage. He only does single target. So a PL is a pretty big problem if you're a Lycan. I'm interested to see what this next ban is from the Devils. I wonder if they'll ban more stuff from last game that gave them problems, or if they'll just relax and ban something more standard. I wonder. Alright, so Lycan you need lockdown for. And they have a good deal of lockdown right now, I think some more lockdown would be best. I would not be surprised if AA is their pick here. I know Kimbrel plays quite a bit of AA, and he plays it quite well. Lena ban, that's interesting. Makes sense, makes sense. Um, I do think AA is quite good against Winter Wyvern. He can be, he can ult the Roche pit when he thinks Lycan is roshing, and if you have the game sense for it, or the wards for it, or just the luck, then that can pay off in spades. He's quite good with Earthshaker as well, because you can guarantee the stun when you fissure them. And similarly with Wind Ranger, you can give her a ton of damage just by what's called it's Ancient Apparitions E, whatever it is, Chilling Touch. That's what it is, Chilling Touch. So you can do that. That said, we'll have to wait and see. They're going through their reserve time now. Excuse me, dying. Tryhards are going to need, I mean, really all their cores. I mean, they have Lycan, obviously, but they're going to need another support and an offlane and a mid. I doubt they'll run some, like, aggro duo lane. Although they could. Like, Lycan is relatively self-sufficient. It really depends what offlane the Dotp.Devils pick up. I do think Brood is still a really good pick for both of these teams. Ooh, Bane. I like Bane a lot. Bane, highest stats in the game, and in the early game, and he is just he's really hard to kill. Presents a lot of problems to the enemy team, and with the buff to Brain Sap, he is a lot more sustainable in lane. I've even seen some theory crafting of off-lane Banes, and I think that has potential. I've not tried it myself yet, because honestly I do not play Bane. I just, I don't know, the hero, I used to play him a lot in 6.83, so I have appreciation for him, but he's not one of my heroes in particular. I'll say that much. He has a really cool portrait though, and that's what's important, right? Okay, Clockwork coming out from the Tryhards, a very standard offlane. He is a really good space controller. It's interesting that they would pick Clockwork with Lycan though. I feel like Clockwork's cogs are going to get in Lycan's way, potentially, and they're also going to possibly bounce people out of Winter Wyvern ult. But I mean, we'll have to wait and see if that happens. I like their possibly strategy, possibly happenstance, that the Devils took a really long time to pick. They thought real hard about the Bane pick, and then the Tryhards immediately picked Clockwork, like within 10 seconds. And by doing that, it really secures, or it forces the Dotp.Devils to be under more pressure. That said, the Dotp.Devils pick Puck, a Kyrie special, or KYRY. I think I've been switching between the two ways to say it. So yeah, Puck, it's a hero he really likes. That also means Wind Ranger will be off-laning almost definitely. I doubt they will role switch, all things considered. And that also secures the Earthshaker into the roaming support position. Before, in last game, we were talking about the possibility for Earthshaker to offlane as well as instead of roaming and supporting. But clearly he will be supporting / roaming. Because I highly doubt they're going to like safe lane Wind Ranger. Alright, the Tryhards still need a secondary support, and they need their mid. What mids are in the pool that Fafnir likes? Lena's banned, Viper's banned, Quap, alright, Disruptor. Disruptor very good against Puck, very good against Wind Ranger. Fine against Bane, I guess. I don't want to think too hard about the Bane. They don't have any stuns, which is problematic for them. I mean, they have Clockwork, of course, but in the lane, they don't have any stuns. Again, I mean, they already have their offlane, but yeah, I just really want to see a Brood. Huskar is not banned. Huskar could come out from really neither team. I don't know. Huskar is one of those heroes. Whenever it's fifth pick situation, you think, can a team pick Huskar or can't a team pick Huskar? The answer to this one is no. Leshrac is banned. Now they know. Oh, they do ban Brood. I respect it. They got their eyes on the prize. They're banning all of the Fafnir's mids. I think Quap is still in the pool. They could do something like pick Storm Spirit and have Mista Blue play it and have Fafnir play Clockwork in the offlane. Although Storm Spirit not very good against Wind. What the? Okay, Ember Spirit. Kairai is the Ember Spirit player generally. I suppose Jekyll could play it. Alright, so this is going to be a safe lane Ember Spirit, and then mid Wind Ranger, and then an off lane, or mid Puck, and then off lane Wind Ranger, or they could swap things around. They could even like mid Ember Spirit and safe lane Wind with like safe lane Wind Bane and rotate the Earthshaker around and rotate the Bane around, and I'm not sure. We'll see, we'll see. They got a lot of options for lanes. They could confuse the Tryhards too. They have pretty good rune fight as well. Last game they got smoked on, which they may be thinking they don't want to happen again. Zeus, alright. They go not all in, but they go in on a lot of magic damage. Alright, well, I'm interested in this draft. I think these drafts are really equal compared to last game that I thought the drafts were a little lopsided. So I'm excited to see this game. And see the redemption of the Devils, I'm sure. I'm definitely most interested to see who lanes what where. My best bet is that it's a mid-puck, off-lane Wind, safe lane Ember. But they could switch it up. Or they could like do some weird like aggro duo, Bane, Ember. I don't want to think too hard about that. That would be weird. Jekyll is playing Wind Ranger. Oh my gosh, I just don't even know. Alright, oh, that's a nice flag. Okay, alright, let's do some announcing, shall we? Kimbrel will be playing the Bane in the support position. Dreadbeats will be playing the offlane Puck, it seems. Nameless Noob will be playing the Earthshaker. They have a nice little courier. I like this courier a lot. Jekyll will be playing Wind Ranger in the mid lane, or the safe lane. I don't even know. This is bizarre. And KYRY will be playing Ember Spirit, a personal favorite of his. Mr. Blue for the Dotp.Tryhards will be playing Clockwork in the offlane with a Mango. He also started with a Mango last game. I respect the Mango. Good item. Fafnir will be midding on Zeus. And Winter Wyvern will be played by Siphus, one of his favorite heroes. Joe Schmo will be opting for the Disruptor, our friendly Lightning Man. Lots of lightning in this team. And Lycan, of course, will be played by Wazoo, his favorite hero. I believe it's his favorite hero. If not his favorite, it is one of his favorites. And it is quite good. Ember Spirit coming to lane with 3 tangos and a salve. That's a lot of regen, bud. Granted, you're going to need a lot of regen against the Zeus. That said, I don't think I think a magic wand would be a bit better than 300 gold into a poor man's shield, but who am I to say? Alright, 1 rune going to the Dotp.Tryhards, one rune going to the Dotp.Devils. I'm interested to see how these lanes shape up. Alright, so it was completely the opposite of what I predicted. It is an off-lane Puck played by Dreadbeats. I assumed Kairai would play Dreadbeats. I assumed Kairai would play the Puck. KYRY is playing the mid-Ember Spirit, a favorite of his. Versus Fafnir on the Zeus. This should be a pretty equal lane. Let's throw up some stats. Last hits denies. And they're going to tri-lane bottom with a carry Wind. I assume they're going to be roaming the Earthshaker eventually. But until then, Wind is just going to be hanging out and farming. Wind really, this is a matchup that is very Wind favored, I think. And I don't think Wind is going to need much help from her supports, so she can kind of relax, see where it goes. Dreadbeat's going to have a pretty hard time in this top lane, it looks like. The farm is 4-4-4-4, so equal stuff for now. No smoke attempts, no big first bloods. Mr. Blue taking some damage in this bottom lane, but he's going to be fine. He has a bunch of tangos, he has a salve, he has a mango. He's going to do alright. Wind Ranger. I'm interested to see. I think this is one of those games where if Wind Ranger is landing shackles on Lycan, it's pretty game winning, and if he's not, it's pretty game losing. So we shall see. Wind is going to be going 4 staff. He asked for the early ringer regen. It's interesting. I feel like it's completely unnecessary, but you know, to each their own. I'd much rather have boots than a ringer regen. Mr. Blue. He could die to Kimbrel here. Kimbrel has, okay, alright. Alright, Kimbrel not faring too well. If this wind had reacted to that, they could have probably definitely killed. But such is life. Not the biggest deal. 10 and 10 between the Ember Spirit and the Lycan, tied up right at the top of that list. Disruptor brought sentries to lane, but does not need them because his pull is not blocked. Let's see, XP wise, or rather hero level wise, mids are equal, everybody else level 2. Alright. Alright, Zeus put some pressure on this puck. Maybe he's going to pull the creeps away so that they can push the tower. They should be pulling this, I think. This is going to be some interesting rune fights for both of them. Oh boy. If KRR was there, that would be a kill, but alas, it is not. KRR got top rune, right? Somebody got top rune. Who got top rune? Zeus got... No, well... Alright, whatever. Fafnir killing Bane. That's a rough life. He's not going to be able to get that kill on the other guy, though. So, they're maybe committing a little too hard for this. But that, all things considered, they did get their kill. Let's see, does he see the ward? Nope, he does not. Alright. Zeus getting clarity'd up by Winter Wyvern. Very conscientious support. Joe Schmo getting his levels in mid while Fafnir is gone. Dreadbeat's doing pretty well in this offlane, though. I mean, he only has three last hits, but I mean, he's level 4. He's not dead, so I think this is a better offlane than last game. Puck is going to be really hard to kill for this Radiant team, or Dire team rather. And Ember Spirit killing the Disruptor at Rune, nicely played, I'm sure. And an Invis bottle that is potentially an entire another kill. He does only have level 1 chains though, and no boots, so his kill potential is somewhat limited. And his potential to be killed is not insignificant. Uh-oh, is he going to try to go for this? I don't think this is the play. Okay, alright, well that was weird. Level 1 Sleight of Fist is awful, by the way. So he's not going to have much fun getting last hits with the level 1 Sleight of Fist. That said, he does have triple remnant now, so oh boy. I don't think he can get this kill. Nope. And again, we see that level 1 chains is not the best thing in the world. He's gonna die. No, he's not gonna die. He'll be fine. Well, he's not fine, but he's not dead, so it is what it is. Puck also has a bottle, so these runes are going to be incredibly important. A nicely pulled lane by Cyphus. He's going to manage that equilibrium. Wind and Lycan are really just hanging out in their respective lanes and farming. It's not the most exciting thing to talk about, but it is a thing that is happening. So, Wind Ranger with 24 CS, Lycan, however, with 35. That's around whatever it is, 120%. Dreadbeats having a sad time right now, getting killed by Winter Wyvern. Arctic Burn, good ability. I'm a big fan. I value that ability higher than a lot of people even. A lot of people automatically max W. I, however, prefer to get I go 2-2-1 at level 5. I mean, it depends on the game, of course, but uh-oh. Will Clockwork be able to escape? Yes, he will. Power Shot was up. Why did he not Power Shot? We could have killed him. Okay, well, you know. It's not a loss. Like that, all he did was commit some mana, and at least he's out of lane. Fafnir in the mid lane, he has a regen rune, which is going to be nice, handy dandy regen rune. Lycan has a Vlad's done already at just about 7 minutes. Once he gets it picked up, that's a lie actually, he's 40 away from his Vlad's, but who are we to nitpick? Earthshaker has mana to combo. The Question is, will he do it? Oh boy. Ember Spirit narrowly dying to Fafnir. Not ideal. That was very close. I imagine the deciding point was that his Flame Guard did not do adequate damage because it got taken off by the Zeus. It's one of those weird trades where Flame Guard obviously helps you, but in a lot of matchups you use Flame Guard for damage. And so the Lycan with his first ult kills the Puck. That is surprising. But yeah, Flame Guard, it's hard for Zeus to get killed by Ember Spirit at this point. Let's put it that way. You can, not that I'm saying that this should be expected, but you can dodge Lightning Bolt by Sleight of Fisting. So that's a play. It's not necessarily a play that is, it's pretty luck-based, let's be honest. But it would be a pretty game-winning, or lane-winning play if he was to dive onto Fafnir, and then when Fafnir Lightning Bolts, he just dodges it by Sleight of Fisting, because then his Flame Guard would still be up. Wind Ranger has phase. Once Clockwork has ult, which he will very soon, he can pretty, I wouldn't say easily kill Wind Ranger, but he can definitely kill Wind. Although, once Wind has a Force Staff, of course, that is going to be a much harder play to make. Clockwork just getting some CS. 13 CS compared to the enemy offlaner's 12, so basically equal. Let's see some levels. So, nope, let's see a fight. No, right, that is it's a kill for the Dire. It's no real way to cut it. It's hard to die. It's hard to live when you're a Bane. Bane, no matter how good his stats is, he's not very survivable because he doesn't have a hard escape like a Puck, for instance. Once Disruptor has ult, Puck is going to be in the danger zone. Let's check some levels though. 8 and 8 on the mids, 7 and 7 on each safe lane, and okay, so everything's equal, quite equal. It's an easy tier 1 mid for the top, or easy tier 1 top for the Dotp.Tryhards. And the Lycan can go Roche, I believe, pretty soon. I don't even know. Does he need a medallion? I can't remember. They've changed his hero so much. Or rather, they've changed it relatively little, but the things they've changed has impacted his ability to Roche at certain times and his ability to jungle. Oop, Fafnir dying to Kairai. Kairai getting, or rather, Fafnir getting his comeuppance from Kairai, who died to him earlier. That triple remnant, though, lots of damage. And we saw that time, his Flame Guard did not get completely removed because Fafnir did not ult him. Whereas the other time, Fafnir ulted and lightning bolted. And that prevented Kairai from doing his maximum amount of damage with Flame Guard. Also, he has higher level Searing Chains. And Searing Chains, good ability. Especially on creeps, right? Bane level 5, almost level 6. Bane 6 is a big power. I wouldn't say a power peak, but it's a power jump. Clockwork, play poor. Excuse me. And Wazoo will be Roshing now. The question is, does the Radiant team figure it out? Generally, when you're playing against a Lycan or an Ursa, you think about these kind of things, or a Huskar for that matter. But that said, it's not altogether surprising. Oh boy, some nice plays. Altogether, it was a nice combo from the Radiant and a nice response from the Dire. The question is, who will win in this trade? It looks like the Radiant team is going to win in this trade, for sure. They will handily win, even. This Tryhards team, not faring too well. Big come around, big turnaround rather. And let's see, they're pretty close to this Roche pit, but Roche is dead. Super dead. I did not mean to zoom out so far. Alright, and Ember Spirit now has some pretty well-timed boots of travel. And that is going to be a problem, because this Radiant team, when boots of travel are up on Ember and they can do this kind of rat style, you can be moving all around the map, the Tryhards do not have as much response to him as one would like. Some casual well playeds. Respect the nice deny. Dreadbeat's in the top lane, trying to get some farm. His farm was non-existent earlier. Alright, he dodges it this time. Pretty easily, too. That's what... I missed a kill last time, but that's what should happen. Pretty much every time Lycan tries to kill him until Lycan has a basher. And that's a lot of commitment, dude. Lycan ult is 100 seconds, 115, what is it, 120? So, I mean, you can't just be throwing those around all willy-nilly. Disruptor, maxing glimpse, so that Thunder Strike does very little. Oh gosh, that... Oh man, I mean, I think he would have lived, so... Winter Wyvern still does not have ult. If Winter Wyvern had ult, I think this fight would go a little differently. Or rather, I think every fight would go differently. That said, Wazoo on the Lycan is just punching down this top tower. And now he's going to be punching down this Puck. Just kidding. Puck is going to live. And Wazoo is going to die. He does have Aegis though. But honestly, I don't think this Aegis is going to help him very much. Oh boy, that Shackle did not land. He is super dead. I don't even think I needed to cast that. I'm just gonna announce super dead. That's what you get for all chatting. No mercy. Especially not when you're up a game. Although this scoreboard does not say that they're up a game, but they are up a game, trust me. I'm very trustworthy, I swear. Ember Spirit getting a 9 mid. Fafnir punching him with a lightning bolt. The most effective kind of punch is the kind with lightning. Oh my gosh, a nice jump in by Puck. And a double kill for Jekyll right off the bat. KYRY getting hurt. Nameless Noob getting stunned. Many things happening to many heroes. The question is, oh boy, Dreadbeat's just overestimating his ability to live and kill people just a little bit. So it ended up being a 2 for 2 with the off lane and a support going to the graveyard from the Radiant team and 2 supports dying from the Dire. Fight recap. Oh, nope, it's gone. It's done forever. No more recapping. Wazoo getting a nice little kill on the Bane. Bane, I guess, didn't Nightmare in time. It's alright, such is life. Clockwork is going to be opting for, let's go to net worth, shall we? Net worth. Alright, that's really Lycan ahead, but it's all pretty neck and neck, all things considered. Lycan only has a few hundred gold ahead, and that's mostly just from that Roche. But the Radiant team is doing quite well, quite well. Very different story from last game. And this Zeus does not snowball so much as an Ember Spirit snowballs, potentially. So if Ember Spirit gets online, or alternatively if this game goes late, then Zeus is not going to match up as well as he is right now. There's definitely a better way to word that, but I just cannot be bothered to think of it. Nope, walked into cogs. Goodbye, mana. But he has a bottle, so hello, mana. Alright, it looks like this Radiant team, they have a pretty good 5-man right now. Like, I feel like they could just 5-man and take this top tower, take this mid tower, and then potentially, like, maybe not push it tier 2. They don't have a mech or anything like that. But I think they can do stuff. Clockwork is not quite online yet. Once he has Blade Mail, it's going to be a bit more significant. Oh gosh, Kimbrel, he dodges out of the Static Storm. But, oh boy, and he has all those stats. But all those stats do not save you from God. Nameless Noob is getting stunned, punched, lightning punched. Not having a good time. A 2 for nil Puck, though, does kill Lycan in the bottom lane with the help of our handy-dandy global Ember Spirit with travels. Ember Spirit now halfway to Ags, just about. And Wind Ranger working on his Ags, or her Ags, depending on if you want to gender the player or the hero. And he does have the Force Staff, so this Clockwork is going to be not as problematic to Wind Ranger as one would expect. Static Storm being down also greatly limits their potential to kill Ember Spirit and Puck and Wind Ranger. I think Static Storm is going to be possibly the deciding factor in a lot of these fights, possibly even the game. Ooh, gosh, Cyphus getting stunned up and just nuked down. Oh gosh, this they're just getting nuked down. They very quickly die between Ember Spirit wall, Wind Ranger damage, and Wazoo now being stunned, however not shackled. But he will get away. He's got a lot of move speed. Oh, he does kill Ember Spirit too. Suppose he killed him with Necro units? We'll have to watch the replay on that one. Just kidding, who watches replays? Alright. Bane. Doing quite well for himself. Let's see these kills. Bane, 2 kills, 4 assists. Jekyll, though, 3-0. Puck, 4-2. Nice stuff, nice stuff. The supports, it feels like this Bane pick is actually like so big. This Bane is just wrecking shop. Whereas these Radiant, or these Dire supports, excuse me, are not as competitive, I feel. Like Winter Wyvern, rather, has not had a huge ult yet. We will hold out and wait for one, though, I'm sure. And Disruptor had a good ult last fight, but and he has opportunities for big ults, but he's got to capitalize. Let's see if Clockwork's going to get a hook. Picking up his Wind Ranger would be pretty big. Let's see, does he try for it? Nope, he does not. Alright, well, they're going to kill Bane, so... Oh, but a nice Force Staff from Jekyll. Does not matter, though. Oh my gosh, what a shackle. Kimbrel, okay, that was a little unnecessary, Winter Wyvern, but I appreciate the effort. Zeus going on with the Ags build. He's not doing... He has Force Staff also as well, but the Ags build generally is pretty good. I like to blink. Some people go Bloodstone Rush. Oh gosh, he may be dead. Oh wow, that was a really nice shackle, but a nice Static Storm coming out. Will it matter though? It will not. They're super dead. Or they being Zeus. The question is, does Dreadbeats get more kills for his money? He should definitely kill Disruptor, calling everybody Windrunner suddenly. Clockwork will escape though. There's like no way Clockwork dies here, right? Nope, that's a lie. There's totally a way he dies, but he's not going to. Maybe? Nah, he's fine. Fissure's on cooldown. No stacks in either of the jungles, by the way, in this game. Alright, so Lycan opted for the Necro book. Clearly, it is up. He has one. But now it looks like he is diverging from that path, and he is going for the BKB. I think BKB is the smart choice, but I feel like getting BKB before Necrobook may have been a little more worth it. But the important thing is he's come to that realization that he needs a BKB. And that said, while he works on a BKB, Ember Spirit is finishing up his Battle Fury and doing quite well for it. Zeus, a few thousand away from his Aghanims. Once he gets it, it'll be nice. That'll be nice, rather. But, I mean, if he gets jumped by, like, Puck... Oh, boy, Puck went Force Staff. That's bizarre. I guess he just thought he couldn't hold on to money to buy a Blink Dagger. Or, I mean, trying to Force Staff out of Cogs, but, like, yo, that's what you have Illusory Orb Phase Shift for. But, I mean, to each their own. It's working out, clearly. Like, he's doing great, so... So, yeah, they're going to group to fight. Wind Ranger's only 500 away from Ags. They may just wait for Ags before they... Oh, I'm trying to dodge, but... Alas, poor Yorick. Yeah, I feel like they're going to get Ags, Battle Fury, and then push a lane. I think that's the play. Man, Brain Sap level 1 is so cheap. 70 mana for 90 damage and 90 healing. And it's pure damage. That's wild. No BM, please. Nope, I'm not gonna all chat. I'm a good caster. I don't all chat, right? Okay, alright. Also, my joke's not funny enough to warrant all chatting. Let's be honest here. I'm not the comic genius that is necessary for a caster. Zeus running away from the Puck, who recently picked up a Blink Dagger. Puck Blink Dagger is a really big item, but at the same time, Puck is going to have some problems because he has 800 health. Just shy of 800 health, whereas Zeus does like a ton of damage. He does 540, sorry, not 540, 350 with his ult, and then what, another 350 with that. That's 700. 700 minus 25% is something like 500. So I mean, this Puck could just get nuked down real quick. So we'll see if that's the case. Clockwork. They're going on the guy that they can't kill. Okay, alright. The only way they kill Ember Spirit is with Disruptor ult, or I suppose with Winter Wyvern ult, but Winter Wyvern ult does not last long enough, I feel. Alright, they are going to easily take this Roche though. The Radiant team is heading for it, but realistically they're not going to get there in time. Oh gosh, does he jump in? Does he, let's see. No, they're just gonna disengage. They know it's good for them. I don't think this is the play. They are going to get a glimpse on Jekyll though. That's a big kill. Is this all because they have a ward? Do they have a ward somewhere? How did they have vision of him? Oh boy, they could get vision by Zeus ulting to glimpse. That would be some next level plays. I would be very impressed if that was what they did. Or maybe they clockwork rocketed for vision and then glimpsed. Maybe that was the play. Not sure. They shouldn't have had vision there easily. It is daytime though. Although it just turned to daytime. I'm not sure. Oh boy, that was a really nice hook. Right down the line. Lycan taking the tower while his team fights up in the creep wave. They're pushing up. Let's see, do they keep going? They do have Roche, and they have a fresh BKB on Lycan. But this Radiant team, they've defended, and I believe they can defend again, considering they have an Ember Spirit with a Battle Fury. And all these little creeps that Wazoo is going to be spawning are going to hurt him, Battle Fury-wise. Nicely force-staffed. Dreadbeat's unstoppable, really. He's just forced to be reckoned with. Until he died. I jinxed it. I'm sorry. Caster's Curse. Nameless Noob making a nice play. Let's see, does it pay off? Where is this guy? Ember Spirit is pushing top. If they get raxed, it's going to be all his fault. Not to be negative, but also kind of to be negative. Clockwork hooking to Necro Creeps. Dreadbeats is going to probably kill this guy. He should kill this guy. There's like no way Clockwork gets out of here. Oh my gosh, Clockwork got out of there. That is, esta miracle. That's not Spanish. I'm sorry, Gushi. Set miracle. Set un miracle, rather. I don't know. I'm just rambling now. Alright, let's continue actually casting instead of speaking in languages I don't speak. Alright, so that push did not pan out as they wanted. Of course, they got a tier 3. They got some damage on the range racks, but they lost their Aegis. They did not lose their Aegis. I'm just kidding. So, actually, I think that worked out pretty fine. I mean, a few deaths. The Crystallis is now up on Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit is just becoming more and more of a problem. And Dreadbeats did get a whole bunch of kills, though he did lose his streak to Zeus. Zeus is probably... Oh, he's going Octarine Core. He's going Bloodstone. I thought he was going to go for... Well, let's see. No matter what he's going for, he may just die. Yeah, he's super dead. And that's where we see his low HP pool. In effect, Joe Schmo dying to Ember Spirit, but Ember Spirit dying, more importantly, to the Dire team. Kimbrel is gonna die here. Alright, Wazoo spends his Lycan ult, but not to any great effect. This is dangerous. This is the point of the game where a lost team fight or two can be pretty game losing, especially against Lycan push. That said, Clockwork, Zeus, Disruptor, and Lycan committed all of their ults for this. Windranger's just being pesky, throwing power shots down the line, trying to kill those creeps. This should not be a Rax, I don't believe. But it will definitely be a tier 2 and possibly a tier 3. They can't rotate down to bottom easily because their bottom lane is being pushed by some creeps. But I think it's definitely a win. Definitely a win. Clockwork is going for Aghanims next. I am interested to see how this pans out for him. I always have problems when I have Clockwork Ags and I do not have mana for it. But because generally you see 4-staff, right? Generally you'll see like 4-staff Blade Mail or Blade Mail 4-staff, just because he's such a positional hero. And that extra int gives you a good deal of mana to support the Aghanims. But we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Ember Spirit, though, I mean, we've said it multiple times, but the more he's ignored, the fatter he gets, and the fatter he gets, the harder this game is going to be on this Dire team. Does he have a safety remnant? He does not. Does he? He does have a safety remnant. All right, he's just going to remnant back, right? Yep. And now he's all the way. Oh gosh, and they accidentally Wyvern ult. I'm sure Fafnir is not happy about that, because I would not be happy about that either. Winter Wyvern, he's grasping at straws, would be the term. And Kimbrel does not get away. Zeus, God finds you no matter what. Some efficiency. Just kidding, not efficiency, he doesn't have mana. My camera work is so bad, it's so hard. Okay, alright. Disruptor is he has his ult up, so a push would be good. And quite effective. Mr. Blue is going to re-engage with his ult, but we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. And the answer is not well. The answer is definitely not well. Joshimo is trying to find a pickoff with Glimpse. Oh boy, he has a great opportunity. Okay, it did not happen. He could have 4-man ulted, but oh, he gets a 2-man ult. That was big. Regardless of alright. This is not going well for the Dire team though. That he's super dead. Pure damage does not care about Cold Embrace. And alright, so no Bloodstone charges lost, 2 gained even. It looks like he's going to be going Refresher. Possibly Scythe, but I doubt it. Most likely Refresher. And Lycan dies. Aegis is gone, of course. I believe it timed out before the push. Winter Wyvern dies. Clockwork dies. Clockwork died really early, too. Excuse me. God. Dying. Windranger going full Slasher's way. His build is delayed a bit because of the 4-staff, but the 4-staff was definitely necessary in this game against a Clockwork and a Disruptor. So, generally just a really impressive performance so far by the Radiant. And the Dire, you know, to their credit, they've been matching it, doing fine. So we'll have to wait and see. I feel like this is one of those games where a couple big team fights in a row. As we say that, a very nice Clockwork hook paired with a nice Shackle. But Shackle, not nearly as effective as Clockwork Hook, apparently. That said, do we see them go for more? I feel like they really do not have the opportunity to go for more. But we'll have to wait and see. Mr. Blue rotates down to bottom, trying to capture the Ember Spirit, but somehow I doubt that our lovely machinated friend is going to be able to find the fireman, fireboy, fire something. I don't know. This is not my specialty. Ember Spirit. Let's see. Alright, so Storm Spirit's the electric Mexican. So what is Ember Spirit? I don't know. Some I'm sure some horribly racist stereotype is jumping out at me that I can't think of. And dewarding, Zeus' specialty. Wards do not hide from the heavens. I'm not sure if that's something that he says. If it is, I'm impressed with myself, because I've not listened to the English pack in a long time. Alright. Clockwork, just about finishing Ags. However, Daedalus, which is more important than Aghanim's, gets finished on Ember Spirit. Wind Ranger, though. Chrysalis done. He does not have a Daedalus, but, you know. Force Staff's nice, too. Let's see. Bane is also in for Force Staff. We're just going for like a billion Force Staves. Oh, can he ult the Wazoo? He does ult Wazoo. That said, Disruptor ult comes down. Disruptor ult pretty much misses, though. And Kairai getting ulted down. Oh my gosh, the damage from Wazoo is just wild. He's got like 400 damage. Oh, he has a DD rune. Jesus, what luck. This, that's pretty not ideal. Put it that way. 12 Bloodstone charges on Zeus. Zeus is having a field day. I feel like that fight would have gone much, much better if they didn't just get a lucky DD rune on Lycan. No buybacks on the Radiant team. This is easily a lane of racks. Likely 2 because the tier 3 bottom is dead. They do have Fort. So we'll have to wait and see if the Fort comes out. He does come out. It does not come out in the perfect time, but it does come out. And, you know, negligible differences. Oh gosh. Wazoo getting it nuked down by Nameless. Oh gosh. Alright. Wazoo, the Lycan is dead. A successful defense from just the 3 of them. And Ember Spirit's gonna have to wait and come up. I am honestly surprised. That was a really nice defense. I thought that was gonna go much worse for them. But Earthshaker doing the easy thing, just TPing in. Who needs a Blink Dagger when you have a TP scroll? Dreadbeats. Let's see. What's his next item? His next item looks to be Aghanim's. Aghanim's is going to be particularly good against Lycan. Puck is quite strong against Lycan just because Lycan naturally moves around a ton, and Puck punishes that. Kind of like how Bane is good, well, Bane is good against Lycan too because of the lockdown. Bane was a really smart pick. I really like Bane. I think he's a very, very strong hero. Earthshaker, dewarding, but he is sadly melee range. Disruptor. He's going... Alright, he has a Blink Dagger. I like the Blink Dagger pickup. I think Force Staff is generally better, but Blink Dagger also good. Lets him engage from a really far... Or not engage, but it lets him react from far away. And it prevents him from getting gone on early. I think we've seen a lot of fights where he gets just nuked down between like Ember Spirit and Puck. And so, hopefully that will not be happening to him anymore. That said, Ember Spirit is, again, I've said it multiple times, but I feel like I need to emphasize it. He's getting out of control. This guy, let's go into spectator mode. Oh boy, alright, we're getting the full effect right now. Boy, if this isn't making you sick, I don't know what will. Daedalus coming out, and the Battle Fury, and he has like a couple grand in the pocket. And now they're smoked. Boy, this is not going to be a fun thing to go up against. Let's see if the smoke pays off, though. It should. Unless they run into, like, Disruptor. Granted, they may run into all 5 of them. Or no one. That's also a possibility. It looks like they're smoking one way, and this Radiant team is running the other. Zeus picks up a Yule's Scepter. It's interesting. I like the pickup. I was thinking something more grand, like a Refresher, but it is what it is. This Radiant team, they smoked together, but now they are separated. Oh, Joe Schmo gets killed before... Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Joe gets killed before he can ult. Kairai gets killed, though. And it's 2 for 1 right now. Bane ult comes out on Fafnir, but it's cancelled early. It seems like he was cancelled by himself. Puck, though. Problematic for this Radiant team. Jekyll coming in. He's just going to punch people down. But, oh my gosh, the big plays by Winter Wyvern. Not big enough. Fafnir's still going to die. That is the fight that our Devils needed. That's for sure. Mr. Blue. He's going to die. The question is, does he die to Roche or does he die to the Radiant team? Oh my gosh. Is he actually going to kite this? You've got to be kidding me. There's no way. You've got to be kidding me. This is such a joke. This is such a joke. He has like... Oh, boy. That was such a play. Is he going to be greedy? What is happening right now? My head hurts. This is such a, like, travesty. Honestly, though, that was just bizarre. Joe Schmo isolating our poor Bane friend. Bane, let's see, does he die to Roche? He will die to Roche. Oh my god, Roche, be kind. No. Roche de-aggroes. And now both teams know that Roche is up. We'll see. This is a very even game. I'm very excited to watch this. Although, the Dire team is going to very, very quickly take Roche. And there's not much the Radiant team can do about it. They have no tier 2 to TP2. Dire Roche advantage, too real. And that's going to be Aegis and Cheese. Aegis, I assume, will go to Lycan, and Cheese will go to Zeus. Rose indeed. It's like a masochistic relationship, it's fine. Gosh, it looks like they tried to go in on that, but it just did not work. I feel like that was dangerous, because he's going to get glimpsed. Not dangerous, though, because Disruptor is dead. He cannot glimpse people while dead. Fun fact. That said, Puck may just die to the Lycan. He's going to run away. Alright, let's see. Let's do the patented zoom out. Kairai fighting away. Big Echo Slam coming out from Joe Schmo. That said, Aegis coming down, which means that Lycan will be up at full health. Kairai, KYRY running away. He does have a chains. He will kill our Winter Wyvern friend. Winter Wyvern super dead and 3,400 gold in the Ember Spirit's pocket. Let's see, are we going to have a fight recap? Yep, okay, that's not the full fight. This thing's lying to me. Puck buying back to prevent the Raxes. A bold play. What's the term? Bold play Cotton. We'll see how it pans out. Missed the blue, going a little hard in the paint. And not getting punished for it. This Radiant team is going to lose a Rax, unfortunately. Just a melee Rax, so it's not the end of the world. They very well may die for it. Nope, missed the blue. Alright, Wazoo dying to Jekyll. Jekyll now has Daedalus. So that's going to be pretty significant. And Ember Spirit killing the Clockwork while he runs. Ember Spirit going immediately right to Rat. Definitely, I think ratting is the play here. The Dire team has to commit so much just to stopping you from ratting that it's really lots and lots of value. And he can have a second Daedalus here, or a second Battle Fury, depending on what he wants. I believe second Battle Fury is more efficient mathematically, but some people prefer double Daedalus. I disagree, just because, you know, math, but it is what it is. Some people like things. Who am I to judge? Alright, Puck committing his combo for some creeps. He's not going to have up for another 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Tier 3 quickly going down to Wind Ranger. That said, Wind Ranger could potentially pretty easily die if Disruptor ults. Zeus now has TP boots. KYRY. Is he going to die here? He will die here. Oh no! Oh my gosh, what a guy. He gets out. That was a partially lucky, partially nice play. It was really nice from the Dire, but it was nicer from our Radiant friends. People are just narrowly dodging these hooks. This is brutal. Not dodging Glimpse, though. You cannot phase shift through Glimpse, fun fact. Glimpse is really, really hard to avoid. You have to be entirely off the map for it to be avoided. And even that sometimes does not work. Bane, 2k. I'm interested to see what he does. I think Glimmer Cape is the play. Excuse me. Or just a straight up, what's called? Blink Dagger. But Blink Dagger is pretty weak against Zeus. You could just get a pipe for the team. Ember Spirit now has a BKB. I was thinking he'd go for something a little more aggro. Oh my god, Ember Spirit, you could be cleaving so much. Wazoo getting killed. Oh my gosh, Wazoo, this is not what he wants to happen. Okay, he uses all his spirits though. I'm interested to see. Alright, let's see. Does, boy, what a crit. This is, not the play that the Dire team wants. Kimbrel getting a double kill. Ember Spirit has no more remnants left, so he should be pretty fine. Nope. He tries, but he fails. Oh, he may die. He's not gonna die. That's a lie. If they coordinated, they may have been able to kill him. Winter Wyvern still has Winter's Curse at the end of that fight, though. Not ideal. Winter's Curse could pretty easily be used to kill one of these people. That is not Ember Spirit. Even Ember Spirit actually could die if you get Wind Ranger in the Shackle, or in the Winter's Curse. Wind Ranger going for a Deso. So that, if they do win one of these fights, again, they can just walk into the base, get some kills, make, what's it called, bring home bacon. I don't know why I've opted to use so many antiquated, silly phrases tonight, but that's what's going to happen. Alright, guys? You're along for the ride. Zeus, I wonder what his next item is. I feel like Refresher or Aghanims is the play, or Ag's Refresher. It could be a Veil. It is likely a Veil, being that he has a Null. Veil, particularly good with the Disruptor pairing, although Veil is not really going to help anybody else on his team. Certainly not going to help Lycan. Ember Spirit's going to be even more difficult to kill now. Oh, as I say that, he dies. Perfect. Caster's Curse. Jesus Christ. Of course, right as I say, boy, he's going to be hard to kill, he immediately dies. Well played by the Dire. Not enough time to react for our noble Ember Spirit. That said, he has buyback. And he's dead for 70 seconds, but I doubt the Radiant team is going to go for mid again. I mean, they already got the melee racks, so I feel like they're going to want to either push in mid and go for bottom, or just straight push in bottom. Or, I mean, realistically, they should just take this tier 2. Tier 2, 170 health. They could practically backdoor it. Dreadbeats has finished his Ags. He still has mana boots. I feel like it's a little unnecessary. I feel like he could just, you know, hang out. Disruptor almost Aghanims though. Disruptor Ags, very significant. It's a very, very strong Ags. I'm a big fan of it. I generally go Ags as soon as possible in Disruptor. Some people skimp and they don't buy Ags early. Lycan though, gonna be buying an AC. So, you know, one of the core Lycan items helps everybody, helps the push, helps you do damage, hurts the enemy. Solid item. He's gonna commit ult early on in this push. They're going all in on this. Ember Spirit will be up as long as they use their, oh gosh, Bane is not going to die. Oh my gosh, and Disruptor ult is committed for that. This is dangerous. Ember Spirit's coming in. Echo Slam though. Echo Slam. Oh my gosh, nameless noob with Das Big plays, as they say. Alright. Ember Spirit losing his mana, but who needs mana when the entire enemy team is dead, am I right? What a play. That was such an Echo Slam. Nameless noob. A man after my own heart. Truly, what an Echo Slam. Range Rax almost dies, melee Rax almost dies, but more importantly, neither are actually dead. Roshan up in 230. Ember Spirit goes to mid to push. He's going to have to be a little careful, but he can force some buybacks here. Easily force some buybacks here. The mid T3 is already dead, and the range Rax. When did they get this? Did I actually miss this? Are you kidding? How did I miss this? I'm going crazy. And he has a full Daedalus done. So he's going to have 2 Daedali, BKB, and I assume he'll get another Battle Fury after this. Oh gosh, Nameless. Out in the middle of nowhere. Rocket is off the mark for the glimpse. That was a nice idea, though. I appreciate the theory. Puck, good net worth, all things considered. The offlaners are pretty equal. I think Puck has done more than Clock in the long run. Puck's made some nice plays. I was a little doubtful on the Force Staff initially. I was thinking, well, I'd rather have a Blink. But the Force Staff against Disruptor is pretty big. Jekyll has finished his Desolator. This safe lane Wind Ranger has paid off pretty well. It's pretty rare that you see a safe lane Wind, but I mean, it's fine. Like, Wind is just a really good hero. So these things just kind of work well. Puck, 1700 health, notably harder to kill now. Earlier we were talking about like 800 health, she was just getting nuked down by Zeus every single time. Zeus ults for vision. But now that is not happening. And Zeus is going to finish the Veil momentarily, I'm sure. And that in action is going to be pretty significant. Especially, you know, his ult paired with everything else. And only one BKB is out from this Radiant team. Earthshaker, though. Earthshaker, that Echo Slam last fight was actually, like, if they win, I would say that is the most MVP move of the game. Fafnir defending his bottom tower. Well, defending just to deny, but, you know, denies are denies. It's less money. Roche is going to be up momentarily, though. Next Roche fight could be pretty big. Wazoo. Alright, this is the aggro play. And the aggro play is paying off so far. We will have to wait and see how much it pays off. KYRY, he's ulted, there's a lot of stuff on him, but he's not actually taking damage. He is dead now, so he has taken damage. Oh, he buys back, comes right back into the fight. Let's see, does this all pay off? Winter Wyvern has already ulted. Zeus has already ulted. Disruptor's already ulted. Clockwork, of course, has ult. We'll have to see. Lycan does not have ult for another 40 seconds. That's going to severely limit his ability to play. That said, if Ember Spirit dies, this is potentially a game lost. Clockwork ult off the mark. Jekyll dead, though. Is this Zeus ult coming back right at the proper time? Dreadbeats running away. Oh gosh, the cleaves from Ember Spirit, pretty big, but not big enough. They do not actually kill anybody. They do save Dreadbeats for the foreseeable future. Just kidding, he's dead now. Earthshaker did not get to echo that entire fight. That's rough. That's not the position you want to be in when you're in Earthshaker. That said, 2 for 1. Do we have any buybacks on the Radiant? No, we did not. Just one buyback from the Ember Spirit. I think, I mean, he narrowly evaded. Did they have a 4-staff on every single person on this team? Except Ember Spirit, of course. Yep, 4 4-staffs. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 7 4-staffs in this game. That's something. Cheese and Roche will be going to the Radiant, the Dire, rather. The Dotp.Tryhards team. Radiant are pinging it out, though. I doubt they can do too much, honestly. This Roche is just dying way too fast, and they do not have the team fight for it with Puck dead. That said, they've defended against Aegis and Cheese before, and I'm pretty confident they can do it again. Well, we shall see. I think a big Winter Wyvern ult on Ember Spirit is potentially pretty game losing, or game winning, depending on who you're thinking of. Ember Spirit, TPing top, trying to defend, or not defend, trying to rat, which is, you know, in its own way, a way of defense, right? If we're going to get philosophical with it, the best defense is a good offense, except, you know, the opposite. Ember Spirit handily at the top of this net worth chart, though, 24K rather, to Lycan's 20K, and this is what we were talking about earlier, right? Zeus, we were saying that Zeus had a period in the game where he was really strong, but at this point, Zeus cannot match up against the Ember Spirit in overall in these fights. Obviously, Zeus does lots of damage to these heroes, but Ember Spirit does continued damage. And we see a smoke coming out from the Dire team. Will they fight anybody with the smoke, or will they just run out? There's no vision from the Radiant. Not that vision would reveal the smoke or anything, but I think they were counting on picking someone off in the jungle, but the Radiant is too smart for that. This is quite the game of Dota. I'm interested to see what Clockwork's next item is going to be. He has 3,400 gold. I think Sheep is the play. Shiva's would also be nice. He could buy... I think Sheep is the play. Or actually, I think Abyssal. Abyssal, I would get a kick out of seeing him go Abyssal. That would be pretty sick. You could Abyssal the Puck. You could Abyssal the Ember while he is BKB'd. You could Abyssal Wind Ranger. Not that that's like anything super significant. But I think that has a lot of potential. I'm a big fan of Abyssal on Clockwork. I feel like it gives him the health, and not the health, but it gives him some nice damage, and he actually does get some right clicks off, and more stuns is always nice. Of course, a stun that goes through BKB is even better. Another smoke used. Rapidly consuming these smokes. I mean, they should want to do something with this Aegis. I'm interested to see how it actually works out. They also, of course, have the cheese on Clockwork. This is a very even game right now. We see a full lane of racks down for the Dire, one melee racks down for the Radiant, and then a tier 3 in almost a range racks, and then a tier 3 and some fully healed racks for the Dire. So, very, very equal, as we said. The Winter Wyvern, 4,300 net worth. Of course, saving for buyback, like any good player would, I'm sure. But, interestingly, we have not seen him reveal his next item. Again, maybe a sheep stick. It could just be a refresher. Refresher is a very common next item on Winter Wyvern here. I think refresher is probably the play. Do we have buyback? Nope, 2 more minutes on Ember Spirit buyback. If he dies, he's going to be dead for 120 seconds. Which is a lot of seconds. Are they just going to barrel down mid? They could barrel down mid and fight at bottom racks instead of trying to push bottom. And it looks like that may be the play they're trying to make. Bloodstone on Zeus down to 6 charges. Still has his handy dandy bottle though. Dreadbeats also 3,400 gold. Buyback only... Well, buyback exists, put it that way. Everybody has buyback, right? Let's check some buybacks. Buyback status, right? Okay, everybody has buyback except for Earthshaker, Disruptor, and Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit will have it in a minute. Earthshaker and Disruptor are a ways away. They need to participate in a couple kills to get the gold for it, I imagine. Or like, yeah, a couple kills. That should be adequate. This Dire team, they've been punished by the Earthshaker before though, so we'll have to wait and see if they're punished again. They're being kind of wary, thinking, hey, if we get Echo Slammed again, we might lose. And it's not a fun way to lose. Granted, they do all have buyback, so. Range racks ratted away by Lycan Wolves. Boy, what is this wolf's face? How dumb does this wolf look? It looks like... Does it have 2 different eyes? This, alright, well... Let's not focus on that. Let's focus on this range racks with 58 health. How about that? It's an easy 1,000 gold for the team. Ember Spirit was ratting top. So, like we said earlier, the Dire team have to respond to it. Ember Spirit is a force to be reckoned with at this stage of the game. And he's also a force to push. Lycan. Oh, excuse me. With his BKB finished, he does have his Basher working on Abyssal. Abyssal will be very significant against this pesky Ember Spirit and the Wind Ranger, who just they just have such an easy time getting away, and the Puck even too. We will see. Wind Ranger, this Deso, it helped with the killing of mid buildings, but it has not done as much as one would like. 3,200 surplus on Clockwork. Unless he's buying a Radiance or an Abyssal, with the Sacred Relic first, he should probably pick something up. Although I suppose he wants a slot for cheese. They're just farming away. Dreadbeat's not farming away. He's dying. He does ult, but the ult's not super significant because obviously they have no follow-up. His team says, nope, we're just going to let you die. Realistically, they could not have done much. I don't think they wanted to do that fight. That said, I don't, like, this is significant, of course, but, I mean, he has buyback. In the Star team, it's not like they're like, alright, if they killed Ember Spirit, for instance, also Ember Spirit has buyback now, by the way. If they killed Ember Spirit, that's when they would think, like, alright, their core is dead, let's push, let's at least force buyback. But Puck at this point, he's significant, but he's not like, he's not as significant as some other heroes, let's put it that way. What is this icon? Oh, okay, it's just backwards. Or tilted to the side. Goodbye range racks. Melee racks even is going to be hurt. Jekyll, easy 600 damage. Fortunately, the melee racks will heal. Ember Spirit, though, ratting away. Oh, never mind. Just kidding. He runs. He does force them to stop their push, though. Very well executed, well planned, etc. And that's the kind of stuff that Ember Spirit does. He's just super annoying. Pushes in mid. You're pushing bottom, but you can't even push bottom because he's just there to stop you. Boy, this game quite long. I'm very happy. After the first game, which was quite a stomp, this game is much more even. This is what we expect to see from two teams that are very evenly matched skill-wise, MMR-wise, just in general, evenly matched. Both play together a lot as teams. They know each other's ins and outs. So definitely a match we are all looking forward to here at Dotp, and a match I'm enjoying particularly because I get to ramble aimlessly over it. And then, you know, smoke coming out from the Radiant team, potentially important, or I shouldn't say potentially, definitely important. Oh boy, that's a lot of force staffs. That's a lot of stuff committed to killing Zeus, and pretty worth it, all things considered. Oh gosh, Mr. Blue, turn on your, oh gosh, alright, he's not having the time of his life. Will he get away? Zeus by his back. He's gonna try and defend his buddies. Mr. Blue, kiting around, just running everywhere. That said, definitely a win for the Radiant. Zeus buyback, significant. He loses Bloodstone charges, he's down to 4. He does have cheese, but of course he didn't get to use it that fight. That said, buying back and having a cheese is a nice feeling because you have something, a barrier between you and being dead for forever. That said, this Radiant team, I think this is their opportunity. Oh, just kidding. They're going bottom. Who needs an opportunity when you can defend, right? Let's see. Clockwork. Is he going to go for the pickoff? He saw that their team go bottom. Maybe he thinks Ember Spirit has a remnant, which he does. Okay, alright. They're playing on the safe side. That is what you do when a game is at 61 minutes. Lycan finally picks up his Basher because... No. What? He bought a Basher earlier. What? Did he sell it? Well, he definitely bought a Basher earlier, right? I'm not crazy. Okay, whatever. He has buyback still. Everybody has buyback except for Zeus and Disruptor. Zeus, of course, just used buyback. He won't have it for another 5 minutes. Kimbrel, KYRY rather, not Kimbrel. KYRY baiting out the Disruptor ult. The question is, do they fight in the next 60 seconds? At the rate this game is going, probably not. But we'll see. It's not insignificant though. He does have 7,800 gold, 5,000 surplus. Could be a Battle Fury for himself. He could be thinking, hey, let's just all in and buy a Rapier. I don't think that's the play. for the record. I think Rapier is probably the bad decision, unless they're going for like an all-in push. Like, let's say they win a fight, they force buybacks, he just YOLO buys a Rapier and then pushes. That could be a play. Clockwork is in a weird position right now, right? Let's see, he got a lot of money from that bounty rune. He has a lot of money in general, 4,700 gold. So Clockwork is in a weird position right now. So Clockwork, of course, you think of Hook as like the quintessential engagement tactic, right? It's all about getting pickoffs and stuff like that, but at this point in the game, he can't just like see a Bane and go on Bane. He has to think a lot harder than that. He has to think, oh, well, you know, if I go on Bane, odds are he's going to have at least a few people behind him. Okay, yeah, it is going to be a Rapier. Sacred Relic on Ember Spirit. He is going balls to the wall, ham, however you want to say it, whatever colloquialism you choose. He's going to do it. Let's see, 2,000 surplus. He's waiting for another 300 gold. He sees that they are roshing, and he decides, alright, you guys can rosh, I'm going to take your top racks. Does the Dire team notice? He opts for range racks first. Dire structures are fortified, they definitely know he's up there. Oh my gosh, the Echo Slam comes out. Big team fight coming out from the Radiant team. Oh my gosh, disaster, as Toby would say. Buyback immediately from the Winter Wyvern. Range racks down from the Radiant. Ember Spirit dead, though. How did Ember Spirit die? He died to just Clockwork? What? Did his Remnant fade? I don't know what that was, but good on you, Mr. Blue. That said, definitely a decisive victory for the Radiant team. I don't think they're going to buy back on the Ember Spirit. They're probably going to wait it out. They're going to say, alright, there's no way they push into us in the next 100 seconds. You chill, be dead, go get a drink, do whatever. And then when you res, we fight. We have Aegis, we have Cheese. Cheese went on... who? On Puck. Alright. Puck now has TP boots as well. We're in the part of the game where everybody's going to be buying TP boots. Winter Wyvern, that impulse buyback could potentially cost them. Mr. Blue. Let's see. We'll see. He is going for a sheep stick, it looks like. Ultimate orb up. He could also be going for a Linken's, but I doubt it. I believe it's probably the sheep stick. He could, like, be Linken'sing the Lycan, maybe. That might be his plan of action. So that, Abyssal, so that Shackle and whatnot will be less effective. Looks like Wind is going to be angling for this Invis rune. And this is the rune you want at this stage of the game. Nobody's putting sentry wards out. Realistically, Zeus is going to be, you know, randomly throwing lightning bolts, but if you play the odds, maybe you'll get lucky. You do have Aegis, but it looks like he's going to be safe about it and just relax, not try to do anything too ham. Hang out 20 more seconds until their Ember Spirit is back up. It's a good thing he did not buy that Rapier, because that would be scary. Man, this Earthshaker, Nameless Noob, making the plays for his team. Very nice plays. Very nice plays. 2 big Echo Slams. And the team fight between Echo Slam and Puckalt, that stuff is wild. Going real well with the team fight. Again, last game we were pretty... One of the more decisive things was all the team fight that the Radiant had, or the Dire had against the Radiant. Right? I can't remember which team was which. However, this game, the team fight from DVLS, the Dotp.Devils, is pretty decisive, despite the hard carry Lycan, which matches up pretty well against like a hard carry Ember, because Ember is not as much sustained damage as one would think. Does he? Alright, his Relic's on the courier. He's opting to just carry the cheese, excuse me. He could probably buy double boots, but I think he's just going to save up for the Rapier. Rapier gaming, that's what I like to see. Just kidding, because it's stressful. I'm concerned for their Rapier gaming, but we'll see. Lycan down to a 5-second BKB, of course. Ember Spirit also down to 5? Nope, down to 7. Oh, okay. He bent Abyssal. That's safe, and it's a lot of damage. It helps out his crits a lot. It's definitely the safer play, and it's going to help out a lot against the Lycan. of course. Definitely locking down the Lycan is a huge boon to his team. And boy, if we just look quickly at this net worth, he is so far ahead. 31k on the Ember Spirit. The closest is at 26k if we round up on Lycan. And even Windranger is at 27 and change. So she is neck and neck with the Lycan. They all have buyback, right? Let's see. Who does not have buyback? Alright, no buyback on Ember Spirit, but he will have it momentarily. If he died without buyback, that would be like a sad day. That guy, if KRA, if any of these big cores dies without buyback, they're going to be flamed into eternity, I'm sure, by their teammates and me and their friends. And their loved ones, we're going to find their families, tell them, hey, I'm sorry, Mrs. KYRY, your son, he didn't have buyback, he threw the game, we lost. That said, is this going to be a smoke attempt from the Dire? Are they just going to dick around? Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. And don't forget, if the Radiant wins, this is a best of 3. So we could potentially have another game. A very nice deciding factor. Is this vectored? That's pretty cool. It might just be an alternate version. An observer ward coming up. Boy, that's like the first ward we've seen. Just kidding, there's 2 wards here and here. But we have not seen wards for a while in any big fashion. Sentry wards, definitely not. Gosh, I can't even remember what a sentry ward looks like. Both teams have some decent vision. The vision from the Radiant, though, is getting taken out. Who needs a gem when you have a Zeus? You have God himself to help you out. Ember Spirit. Oh gosh, I thought my game crashed. And of course, like any good teammate, his weapons are gifted from his support player. Jekyll. Let's see, what's going to be the 6th item? Are we thinking the sheep stick? Maybe the BKB? Eventually we're going to have to replace this Force Staff, I think. It could be a Mjolnir. Mjolnir would be okay. Because eventually, I mean, they have to deal with all of these creeps. Alright, let's see, the 5-man. The 5-man cometh. Buyback is available on everybody except for Winter Wyvern. A casualty of last fight at Roche Pit. He kind of rage bought back. Uh-oh, Ember Spirit DCs. Okay, where are we? No. The tack pause too real. Why? What do you mean it's G? Oh my god, if he has to like just leave. What? Oh my god, KYRY. Poor guy. That is unfortunate. Okay. That sucks. This is such a good game. Alright. Honestly, Earthshaker should just hang out, leave his hero in the back, and micro Ember Spirit. And then when the fight is in full swing, he should micro the Ember Spirit. Where is Ember? Alright, I think that's what he's doing. He sees the light. Alright, he gets his Earth Stomp off. Lycan no. Punches them to death. This is not the play that we wanted, but is the play we are getting. It could be going better. Oh god, KYRY, or the deceased KYRY. This is so bad. This game was so winnable. KYRY, no. Why do you have to be a child? Alright, well, that's rough. But, I don't know. We'll have to have a rematch at some point, I guess. This is a pretty crappy way to end a really good series. Or, I mean, I wouldn't say a really good series, a really good game. Nobody can buy back on Ember Spirit because he's DC'd, though. No ult is up on Earthshaker. No ult is up on anybody. Are they just going to go for Megas? Nope. They're just going to die. Jekyll escaping Joe Schmo's static field. Mr. Blue stuck. Jekyll, though, cannot escape the glimpse. Nobody escapes the glimpse. Lightning cometh, and lightning taketh away. Zeus. 10 bloodstone charges and a cheese. Oh boy, he nukes him down. That ult doing all that damage. This is a rough way to lose. Alright, Kimbrel going for the YOLO play. It does not work out, but I respect it. YOLO plays. Alright, Fari. You know, it is what it is. This is a somber end to a good game and a good series. I look forward. I'm not sure if these teams play against each other in the future of AD2L, but if they do, I will most certainly be watching. KYRY. Isolated by Mr. Blue. If he dies now, he's dead forever because DC'd people cannot buy back. Alright, well, this, it is what it is, folks. Good game, well played by both teams. 73 minutes. If KYRY was allowed to stay, it probably could have gone another 20. Such is life. Yeah, alright, well, that's it. Good game, good series. The Dotp.Devils bested by Bedtimes. I've been Ursinity. This has been a cast. If you listen to the whole cast, congratulations. You're my hero. If not, you know, well played. You don't care. If you catch this on YouTube, thanks. I'm at Ursinity. And, yeah, thanks for listening.